Welcome back, and this is part 3 of Buy Land Build Dream House. We're building a 10 by 12 small cabin. Here's the recap of part 2 where we laid the columns with the sonotubes and got the delivery of wood. Here's a quick SketchUp of what the plans are going to look like for our small build here. It's going to be a 10 by 12 with 4 windows and a 4 by 8 little loft up top and 2 doors. So again, thanks for joining us. Let's get started.
I'm cutting all these joists right here, 9 feet 9 inches. These will be 12 feet. So this is a inch and a half here, inch and a half there, so it's 3 inches. So 9 feet 9 inches on this joist. When it connects to the rim joist, it'll be a total of 10 feet for this guy. So you're adding in the half inch, 3 inches, 9 feet 9 inches, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10 feet for this guy.
Alright, we use pressure treated wood for all of the boards that will be on the bottom, and we laid them all out here to cut, make sure they're all the same exact length. The part that we did cut we painted because it was no longer pressure treated, we wanted to protect it a little more. And we marked everything 16 on center. Then we used our speed square to transfer those markings over to the side after the floor joists were installed, be easier to see. We also used the speed square for the circular saw to make sure all of our cuts were straight. We checked for square again, measured corner to corner, and the numbers were the same. Then installed our moisture control on the ground and using these staples here from the garden center. Then installed OSB boards for the floor. Once those were installed, we painted those just to protect them. We were going to cover these up with hardwood floor later. We started with the back wall here because it was the easiest. We made it on the floor there. Everything was 16 on center, and we used these 2 side braces just to hold the back wall up. Then we made the front wall. This wall was very heavy, and the board in the middle in between the doors we'll remove later, so we want to keep that installed for now, just keep everything straight. And again, we use these side braces to hold those up while I built the sidewalls. The sidewalls were very easy, and we just installed those right in. Then we screwed and nailed everything down to make sure it was very secure. Then we used this wrap here. This is just regular house wrap. It's pretty cheap. Then we installed these upper 2x4s and the roof beams. These roof beams here were cut with the bird's mouth cut, and we used the hurricane straps. And then we started on the outer shell.
Windows to the walls. Alright, put these 3 up. These did not have to be cut. This one did a little bit, just fit there. But we got here, this piece had to be cut 12 inches so that it would run on a stud. So this one right here was cut, this one was not cut. That way there's no seams on the inside. Alright, getting it done. Got this wall on. This is about 3 feet. This is stock, didn't cut. This is about 3 feet. These 3 didn't have to cut. They just went straight on. Back wall, this one, there's another sidewall, it's the same as the other sidewall. These 2 had to be cut. This one was not cut. 3 feet, 3 feet, and not cut.
So now that the lower part of these 3 outer walls were finished, we started on the front part of the lower walls, and then we moved on to the upper part up here of the front, and then installed the boards in between the roof joists, and finished the wrapping on the top and extended the roof out for rain.
So to get this piece up, right here to the side, I built this little cheater, put one here, and I put one up here I already took down, but that's temporary, and that's temporary, just to hold everything straight, and then this will hold it up for me while I put it up. I put these in here every 2 feet.
I made this little setup to help me slide the roof boards up on top of the roof, and I put 2 2x4s in the bottom to stop them from sliding down. Did make sure that where they overlapped on the ceiling beams, that it only covered half, so they would overlap and I'd be able to screw everything in, be no seams on the inside or on the overlap. Then I built this little setup here to lean my ladder on and also stop the boards from falling down, and this helped me get up easier. Then I installed the upper outer boards, as you can see here. I just put those on, same as the bottom ones. Finished the roof, and then I installed some spray foam to seal up all the cracks and tar on the roof. And then we took a break to cut down some more trees. After this tree was felled, we cut down more trees and more trees and more trees. About a total of 15 trees came down, so now it's time to cut all these up for firewood and back to the roof. All the screws or nails were patched up with tar, and all the seams were patched with tar, and then we used the tar wrap. And this is the felt that we used underneath the shingles, installing the shingles on top of the felt just to make sure that everything was nice and tight and sealed. This is pretty much the finished roof right here. Then we started on the loft. This is a 4-foot by 8-foot loft. It's pretty small, it'd be good for storage space, but you can sleep up here if you wanted to. We painted it, and then we installed some stick-on fake wood just to make it look nice. We're gonna put some trim around it. So this is the frame for the door. We installed the doors with the hinges to make sure they fit, and put the outer boards on just to seal it up.
Put this little hinge on here. So the door shuts, comes over and goes in that hole there. And the door stays shut. Everything lines up. The hinges and the doors here. Now when they shut like this, overlaps.
Then we painted the doors blue, and we painted the outer part gray. We had to use a tall ladder to make sure that it was painted everywhere, but we got it done. So we installed the trim next. You can see the trim around the door. And this is it for part 3. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to tune in for part 4 when we put the trim on, finish up more cut up of the property, and just continue the build. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.